leaving the country, going home. I left America when I was 21. Before that, I lived for a year in a safe and stuffy residence for young ladies. After that, I shared an apartment with a music student. Her neurotic friends monopolized the bathroom all night, practicing their opera parts so that no one could pee. Then I had a room in a rooming house where the next-door neighbor listened to my whole life through the wall with her ear pressed against a water glass. Then I survived a year in the ghetto. In the house where I lived, part of the ceiling fell down. The windows were broken by snowballs. The heating only worked in the summer, and even the roaches had fled. Still, I was never robbed. Like the guy down the hall who couldn't even make it home with a loaf of bread. He was robbed 5 times in 1 week. The ghetto was like a kind of dangerous village. You could begin to wonder what this all has to do with modern dance, or what dance has to do with survival, or survival with place. America is a nice place to live, or place with space, space with energy, New York energy, energy with dance. Dance is energy, is dance. Dance is breath, last breath. Breath is survival. It all comes down to you don't know, and I don't know.
È eccezionale, giocattolo musicale che permette anche ai più piccini, seguendo i colori, con libretto di canzoni a note colorate, di suonare canzoni senza conoscere la musica. Waarom wil iedereen altijd alles oplossen? Waarom niet eraan werken, zodat het misschien zichzelf oplost? Ja, zo. Precies. Dat is het natuurlijk. Doorgaan, de moed erin houden. Ja, zo gaat hij. Ja, natuurlijk, dat moet het zijn. Dat gaat.
I dreamt that everyone was vacuum packed in plastic. Which preserved their youth and protected them from fallout. Mr. Armstrong bounded into a head start office and asked the red-blooded patriot sitting at the head of the table, how can I get a toehold on life? I mean, this heartache is just too much. This heartache is just too much. And elbow work gives me a belly ache. My wristwatch is broken. And the palm reader says that if this hip cat doesn't backtrack and doesn't start on a new path, then he'll never develop a green thumb. And to get rich, you need to sell a lot of nosegays. Lend me an ear, said the man, as he did a handstand on the armchair, and I'll tell you, it's true that heartbreak is widespread these days, and America seems to be running out of elbow grease. But if you want a pat on the back, you have to do more than a belly flop. Remember the rule of thumb. Fearless and headstrong, my country, right or wrong. Excuse me while I adjust my ankle bracelet. Now, go out there and give them all you got. Mr. Armstrong bounded into a Head Start office and asked the red-blooded patriot sitting at the head of the table, how can I get a toehold on life? I mean, this heartache is just too much, and elbow work gives me a bellyache.
So I had this very strange dream. I dreamt that someone said to me after the performance, well, that's cheap. Your performance is only about it's true and it's not true. And I answered, no, that's not the problem. The problem is it's true and it's not true
And how long does it last?
Listen to me, girlie, he said. He said, get this straight. Says he, you're just one of thousands of kids who wants to be a dancer. He says, you'd better forget it. Says, you don't know what you're in for. There's low pay or no pay, long hours, sore muscles, bad reviews. You'll be waiting for the lights. You'll have runs in your tights. You'll be up all night. He says, and all that just to jump around in a leotard. You'd better be realistic. Choose yourself a real profession, something that will land you a job. You know, like to pay the rent, you know, feed the cat, get a credit card, a car, a vacation in Europe. I hear they still wear wooden shoes over there, and the president rides a bike. You know, life without money is like a rabbit without a tail. Catch? You know, my teacher told me, you'll get stronger till you're 18. After that, you can only get wiser. Well, he was right, so believe me. Trust me. Let me tell you. I'm telling you. Listen to me, girlie, he said. Get this straight. Said, you're just one of thousands of kids who wants to be a dancer.